Hello everyone, I want to welcome you to session 7 of God With Us, the story of how God encounters man and why it matters. In our last session we talked about that God delights in delivering his family. God hears the groans of those who are oppressed, and he comes as a mighty warrior and he will deliver his people. And one of the ways that we see how God would rule if he was king of the earth is through a man named David in the Bible. David's life gives us a snapshot of someone who believed in God's story and understood that God is the only one who can bring forth his promises. When David was anointed by Samuel to be king, David knew that God exalted him because he wanted David to lead like God leads us. This is a truth that kept David, and while he was in the palace with all the royal prestige, in the face of Goliath, when he was seemingly potentially afraid, when he was on the run as a fugitive, and when he was king over Israel, David did not resort to the way that man goes to bring forth promises. He actually took God at his word and kept it in his heart. And the reason why David's life is so spectacular is because it's from David's lineage that God blesses the earth. And 2 Samuel 7 verses 13 through 14 and verse 16, he says, "He shall build a house for my name, and I will establish the throne of his kingdom," David's kingdom, "forever. I will be his father, and he shall be my son. Your throne shall be established forever." It was that faith that David had that only God can bring forth the promises that made him an active participant in the story of God. When he said yes to be fully vulnerable, to be fully given over to that God alone can bring forth his promises, he became an active participant in the redemptive story. He routed the enemies of the nations of Israel. He made Jerusalem the city of the great king. He established the tabernacle of David, where for 33 years there was worship and prayer. There were hundreds of musicians and singers who sang before open glory before the Lord in the tabernacle of David. It was all through these things that he was used by the Lord to bring forth his promises. And so God took time throughout all the Old Testament to reveal that he was drawing close to us. He would never left us. He never was forsaking us. But in the fullness of time, all these words and prophecies about a coming son would come to pass. And so in the next session, we're going to talk about the birth of Jesus, of a promise that was made thousands of years ago. He was faithful to bring it to pass. Thank you so much for watching this video. My wife and I are missionaries with an organization called 111 Global. And we want to invite you to become an active participant in what the Lord wants to do in this upcoming year. Will you partner with us and give a year-end financial gift to help us so that we can be fully funded to impact the nations with the gospel? Thank you so much. We appreciate you, and we look forward to the next time we will be talking, connecting together.